Welcome back to OK Sister. My name is Mads.
My name is Scout, and we are just so giddy. We're just so
We're
giddy.
just so giddy in love.
That is true. We have a... Okay. Well, sisters...
Excuse me. We have an engaged woman here.
Sisters, if you're like, what just happened? You can watch the full thing on YouTube because we are now on YouTube, full episodes. You can subscribe there at OK. But yeah, we're here in studio. We are in our cozy Jenny Kane sweaters. We have never been more on brand in our lives.
Really?
I'm wearing kitten heels and my, I forget the color of this one, but it's their brown everyday sweater.
Taupe.
It's like a dark taupe everyday sweater, and then you're in their cream
Alpaca
cocoon crew neck. And
The coziest of cozies.
The coziest of cozies, and I'm in like a frickin' leather
Enveloped
miniskirt.
in boucle.
No, but what's the word we use?
Bucketed in boucle.
We forgot what we used a couple episodes ago.
Anyways, welcome.
Welcome
to the engagement story recap episode.
Oh my God.
Okay, because I want to hear from your perspective too, because I haven't really heard how long you knew, what did you help with, like all the things.
Okay, well,
but how do we want to start this?
I want to start this by saying Mads got engaged the weekend before Valentine's Day. So this is coming out later. So
yes,
it's a little delayed, but we wanted to make sure that we recapped this in studio with video, etc. So we waited to tell this amazing story.
Well, why don't I talk about?
Do you want to start, or do you want me to start?
No, I'll start.
Okay,
because it's
your
my engagement.
Yeah.
I am the fiance here.
Yes.
You are no longer a fiance. Sorry.
I have not been for 6 years.
Yeah.
I've been a wife.
I've been a wife. I'm gonna be a wife.
You're gonna have a husband.
My wife.
Oh, I don't. What's that from again? Oh, wait.
Borat. Oh no, wait.
No.
Or B. What's the other one that he did?
Yeah.
My wife. I think it's Borat.
I think I'm gonna rewatch Borat.
Anyways, so Benjamin and I have been together for 8 years. Okay.
Although you said you round up, so is it 8?
It is 8. It is 8 now. Exactly.
Okay.
So we've been together for quite some time. We met at USC. We didn't really we were friends first, and then we started dating once I graduated in 2016. And it's just so funny because I always say that I feel like our relationship started when we moved in together.
Yeah.
Which was 2020.
As they all do.
Yeah. I honestly don't even remember what we were doing before, because we were together for 4 years before that, but I have no, I was like, what did we do?
You were like, I want to wait to move in. I was like, just fucking move in already.
Well, I wanted to move in. He didn't want, because he's a little younger. So he was like, I never lived alone. Like I should live alone for the one time in my life. And then literally I moved into his apartment. You know, it was COVID. And so I moved into his apartment. Day one, he was like, we should move in together. I was like, yeah. Bitch. Because he thought that since I'm, very loud and obnoxious, he thought that I'd be just like screaming all day.
No.
And
You're very quiet at your house.
I'm very quiet at my house. I'm like in a corner working, and he was so confused and was like, wait, this is great. And so that convinced him. And then in under a month, we found an apartment and moved in together. So, and it has been, and he to this day has said that has been the most amazing decision. And he was so wrong to have even wanted to wait. So we've been living together for 4 years, and I've had like a weird relationship to marriage, I guess, just because we come from divorced parents. There really isn't a model of a healthy, successful marriage in our lives. But what I've learned, and that's why I feel that I've always been I knew I always wanted to get married, and I also knew I was going to be with Ben forever. So that wasn't really the issue. It was just like feeling this whole body yes in terms of marriage, which I just hadn't felt yet.
Or like the full body yes to take that step to get married.
So, and I knew it would come, and I just didn't feel it yet on a personal level. It wasn't anything about me and Ben's relationship. Like I didn't want anything to change in our relationship, but it's a huge step. And so, a lot of my friends were getting engaged. A lot of them were getting married. I think obviously that played into it. If you are of my age, which is 29, when all your friends get engaged, you're just like, oh, maybe we should do this. It's like, you start to see it in a different light. But I think I recognize by talking to people like yourself and to my friends that marriage is not something to be compared to others. You know, it could be completely what you make it, similar to redefining success on your own terms. You can define what marriage is on your own terms. And
My definition of marriage is dating, but you don't have to Venmo the person at the end of the month for half the rent and half the
we're
groceries.
in a modern society. Being married to Ben is not going to be any different from how it is now. We live together. Our lives we're literally a part of each other.
Yeah.
And I think that's what felt so right and so the transition was this past year. We started going to couples therapy, which there wasn't any obviously impetus for couples therapy. It was more that his insurance preventative, and also his insurance covered it, so it was free. And so we're like, oh, let's go to couples therapy. It should be nice. And we did like a pre-marriage counseling basically program, and it was so illuminating. I mean, nothing really came up that was so obviously crazy, but just even the communication styles and just little things that you don't think you need to talk about, but they fester. And we bonded so much over this pre-marriage counseling, and just, you know, we had a licensed professional able to conduct these conversations around money, around family, around religion, around like all these different things that if we were just to talk about them, just us two, it wouldn't have been organized or structured. And so it was just so illuminating. And I encourage everyone before you get married to do this. And also if you're already married, to still like go to therapy. Like there is something it does not mean there's something wrong with your relationship. It should not be a stigma at all. It is just a beautiful exercise and maintenance of your relationship. And so that's like the biggest thing. So that was the turning point. And when we finished that, both of us were like, okay, whole body, yes.
Mm-hmm.
And just something clicked in me, and I was like, oh yeah, I need to marry this man, and this is my life. Like this is like Ben is a part of me. And that's and I asked him, I'm like, well, how do you know that you want to be with me for the rest of your life? Or like, how do you know that you love me, or that all these things? And he's like, just you feel like you are a part of me.
Yeah.
And that is all it boils down to. Like my life is him and me.
Yeah. That's how I feel about
You
Adam.
know?
It feels like he's like a limb, like he's an organ, like
exactly.
like he's literally like a part of my body.
Totally,
it almost feels like
totally. So that's
almost like it's just
the
like
journey.
this fact. It's like this is it.
So basically, how it happened is I was very involved in the like proposal engagement. I knew we did this pre-marriage counseling with the intention of getting married. So I knew that it was coming. And, we've talked with the therapist a lot about how Ben was going to tell my parents and tell our parents and tell his parents. And, he asked my dad for his hand in marriage.
Your hand in marriage.
My hand in marriage.
Yeah.
He asked my dad. He asked my mom. He took them both out separately to coffee. And he asked.
He didn't ask me.
Because I'm not your property.
Kind of.
I'm your property?
I'm the older sister. I raised you in many ways. I would talk to mom and dad in high school and be like, you're not disciplining her enough.
Well,
I waited for you. I drove you to your fucking singing lessons. I sat in the car for 2 hours. I drove you home. No, I am. All older sisters feel this on a deep level, that they raised their younger siblings to some extent.
Well, okay, so he didn't tell you.
In my dream last night, someone did something to you, and I fucking went after them, dude.
Okay, can we not talk about your tormented dreams? Because, like, it's enough. Anyways, so we all know there's a devil inside you. So, anyways, we had talked about how he was gonna do this, and he did this, and then but you
he
knew,
did this.
yeah, you knew. Okay. I told you though, like he's about to go talk to dad. He's about to go, so you knew that. It was also happening.
I knew it was happening, and I knew, obviously, I was on standby the day you guys went to go pick out the ring.
So, okay, but I'm not there yet.
Oh,
so
sorry.
Then he tells my dad, and my dad is like, who else knows? And Ben's like, oh, well, Mady knows. And he was like, wait, Mady knows? So then why am I here with just you kind of
Yeah.
thing. I mean, I think it was a really beautiful practice for him to like ask dad.
He
I
did
think
the
it's
same
kind of
thing after Adam. He was like, why did he ask me?
yeah, it's like it's a weird thing, but I think it was really nice. And so, but then my dad came home and he was like, "Oh my God, like I didn't know." He thought I didn't know.
Yeah.
Because that's kind of what, the woman is not supposed to know, I guess.
Yeah.
So then we like popped champagne. This was a week after his wedding. So that was when it really felt real, where I was like, "Wait, oh my God, we're gonna get engaged." Like it just felt real. And so, then and I was like, "You can't tell anyone." And so that still felt like it was a little secret between us. And then we went to go look at rings. So this is something I think it's getting more common now.
I think it's the most common.
Okay, because
I think it's like 90% of engagements the woman has picked out the ring.
I'm sorry.
I don't know one engagement where it's a surprise.
complete
I think
surprise.
that's like back in the day in the movies.
Guys, Ben, I love you, Ben. Completely useless in this.
No man can pick
no
out.
man can pick out a ring, and for the
Especially
cost,
if the woman is very aesthetically specific.
totally.
Actually, Dad picked out Deborah. The jewelry your spouse has bought you, and you want that to be
something you absolutely
and
love.
you have
and
to
are
wear it
obsessed
forever. Would
with.
you let him pick out a tattoo?
Oh, that's a great comparison.
I just thought of that.
That's amazing.
Right? Like you wouldn't. You would not.
Anyway, so we go, his cousin is in the diamond industry. And so we went there and he had, pulled some diamonds for us. And I don't even know where this came from, but for not my whole life, but maybe since college, the only
It came from
ring.
Bray and Oro. I remember. Like 5 years
I just
ago,
saw it.
I think it's when I was looking at engagement rings. I found this brand, Bray and Oro, and I was sending it to you, and you've picked that one. And it was when I was getting engaged, and that was the one that I was like always bookmarked and kept just in case Ben ever came to talk to me.
Shit,
and it literally hasn't changed.
It hasn't
since
changed.
Then. Yeah,
I don't know what it is. I didn't know what the name was until recently. It's an emerald cut east-west.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess this is very uncommon. Most people, when they have emerald cut, they do north south.
Yours is horizontal, not vertical.
Mine is horizontal. And I guess, I saw it at Ray and Oro, and I just always loved this ring.
Because you've had other rings that are that horizontal line.
When I was an intern at Jennifer Meyer, I would always have horizontal lines, and the diamonds would always be horizontal. I don't know what it is. So I've never liked anything else, and I only wanted a very thin gold band. I didn't want any diamonds anywhere else. I don't want a halo or all this shit. I don't know anything about engagement rings. All I knew was that I wanted this exact one. So I sent his cousin the Pinterest board and everything, and so he gave us all of the rings to pick out. And BFF Brett, who you guys know, she just got engaged and got married, so she went through this all, and she she did so much research, so she was an amazing help, because I wouldn't have known that you're actually supposed to put white gold prongs on a yellow gold band.
Okay.
Because if you put
You can
yellow
see it
gold
through.
prongs, it makes the diamond look yellow.
Yeah.
So I would have done gold prongs
Yeah.
because that's what I saw on my Pinterest board and all these things. And she was like, no, you do not want that. She also told me the type of thickness I would want for the band. Like, I didn't know any of these things. How would a man even know it? Also, we tried on so many different diamonds. Like, it was just resting on my finger. How would have Ben known what it looked like on my finger specifically?
Yeah.
Because I saw a diamond and I was like, oh, that's beautiful. But then I put it on. I was
It
like,
looks
wait,
bad, yeah.
it looks bad. I'm obviously so glad I went. I mean, I wouldn't have done it. I would have been, anyways, I think you need to go pick out your own
Yes,
ring. Like,
yes.
it's just, you need to. The great thing though is that I didn't see it with the setting. So I only saw the diamond.
So there was a level of
So
surprise.
there was a level of surprise where I was so excited to see it like all together. So then Ben said that he would give me a time range, basically, of when it was going to happen. I told him I wanted two things. I wanted the actual proposal itself to just be the two of us. And I wanted a photographer to be there to capture the moment. But then I wanted to then go to a celebration afterwards of all our family. And that was just something that I had really envisioned for the day, but it was up to him, like where, when, execution, all these things. And so what happened was he said, okay, block off the last 3 weekends in March. And so that's what I did. And then he said, oh, I booked us a stay at Calamigos Ranch, which is our favorite hotel in the entire world. It's in Malibu. It's like, oh my God, we went there during COVID and
Dying to go there.
oh my God, it's heaven on earth. So he booked us that for like our anniversary, which is February 27 or 28 or something. So he was gonna do it the 24th of February. But then like 2 weeks ago, he calls me and he's like, oh my God, I'm like slammed at work. I'm gonna have to like go out of town for work, whatever. I switched Calamigos to February 11. Was it 11 or 10? 10. February 10th, which was literally a week away.
Yeah.
At the time he called me.
Yeah.
So then.
And he was like positioning it as a Valentine's Day.
Valentine's. He's like, look, we'll do it for Valentine's Day. And I was like, great. I thought like 100% if we were doing it February 24th, he was going to propose then. Because like, why the fuck would you spend this much money at Calamigos Ranch and not propose? Also, I would have been so mad if he didn't because it's the perfect place. So, but then I kind of started second guessing because he was like, it was a week away. And so I thought, oh, maybe he won't have time to plan everything. That seems like a very quick turnaround. So I still in my mind was like 90% sure it was happening, but there was like this little shred of doubt. And the week leading up, I had it in my calendar to like go get my nails done, go get my hair done. And I just like didn't do it. I don't know what. Yes. So Scout is going to talk about her side of things, but I just didn't do it. I don't know what it was. Like
you made me motherfucking schlep up here.
Yeah.
With a daughter in tow.
Yeah.
Cancel my day.
So anyways, so I did it. So whatever. The only thing that tipped me off was I was with Lauren, my co-founder and best friend, and
I
said,
tipped you off that made you feel like it wasn't happening.
Made me feel like it wasn't happening. Is I said, don't react, but I think I'm getting engaged this weekend. And she was like, what? Like, even the way I say it is going to sound like it's a fake.
Yeah.
But she literally deserves an Oscar. I was so convinced. She was like, she started laughing. She was like, why do you think that? And I said, I don't know. I mean, you know, Calamigos of it all, and you know, anniversary or Valentine's Day, and also I think at that time you had said like, let's go get our nails done on Friday, and so I was like, my sister wants me to get my nails done, all these things, and then she said, well, he hasn't told me anything, and maybe I'm not invited, but that like I would be really mad if I'm not, you know what I mean? She said it like that, and I was like, fuck. And I was like, well, I told him to invite you to the party afterwards, or, you know, the celebration. So maybe it's not happening. Cause like, if he hasn't told you, then like, definitely it's not happening. But like, why would she say like he's told me?
Yeah.
Anyways, that was the only indication that the only sliver of doubt that I had. And then Scout said, let's go get our nails done. And it was so interesting that Lauren was the only one I
told. I have such a backstory to like, I didn't just like ask you to get your nails done. I prepped that question for a whole week before.
Oh no, I knew immediately when you texted me that.
But I did things.
What did you do?
I'll tell you.
Let's pause there.
Okay. So obviously you pick out the diamond. You show me which one it is, etc. I'm sitting here thinking, okay, this is not my engagement. Don't get too involved. Don't text Ben and tell him that you are at his disposal and that you will plan the whole thing and that you will help. And when is it happening? And what are we thinking? And what's the vibe? Blah, blah. So I refrained myself.
Wow.
I said, this is his moment and I can't take this from him. This is not my moment. Even though I so desperately wanted to jump in. He then texted me.
Yeah.
and said, "Are you available the February 22nd or whatever that was?"
Yeah.
And I said, "Yep, here we go.
Here we go.
We're in
Off to the
business." I
off
was
to the races.
at Balboa Park after taking Lily to the zoo.
Oh my God.
And no, sorry. It was during the week he asked me. And my job was to tell the family. So
okay.
I told Dad. Dad was available. And then I called Mom, but you were with Mom. So I couldn't ask her in that moment. And I guess
I think I remember.
Ben got to her first. And we realized that
she was going to be abroad.
She was going to be abroad that weekend. So Ben very quickly was like, the only other date that like kind of works is in a week.
Right.
And so I called Dad. Everyone's available. It was a miracle.
It was like Super Bowl weekend too, which
is why everyone's in town probably.
Yeah.
So it was a miracle. And so
it was a miracle. Not every single person was available.
Yeah.
It was
like,
insane.
It's like Ben had other family members, but it's like when Ben invites his family, it's his brother and his 2 parents. When we invite our family,
it's a stepsister, it's
like 10 step siblings, it's stepmother, stepdad. I mean, it's like fucking 25 people in the immediate family. So it's a little hard to get us all together. So anyways, it all worked out. And that's when Ben and I started texting ferociously.
And he apparently was texting an invisible ink.
We've been texting an invisible ink.
He's the cutest ever. Of
Legitimately,
course he did that.
I like scrolled up and it's like a whole week of text messages just in invisible ink. But then when he sent the actual text message of like the location and the time, I was like, Ben, I can't copy this fast enough after invisible inking it. You need to just send it to me and then you can delete it because I'm like trying to invisible ink it and then I'm sending whatever. Okay, so he tells me this Saturday. Sunday, you text me and say, I can't wait to get engaged.
I said that?
Yeah. And I'm like, oh yeah, me too. And we're talking. And then I say, when are you going to start getting your nails done?
Mm-hmm.
And you say, well, it's happening at the end of March. So I'm going to start getting it done closer to then.
Oh my God, I don't even remember that.
I say, oh, I was a psycho. I started getting my nails done the minute I picked out the ring because I was trying to get you to fucking go. You're like, oh yeah. And then you like switch the subject about something else about the wedding, whatever. And I'm like, okay, fuck me. So then I start brainstorming. I'm telling Ben I'm going to figure it out. I'm calling Lauren. I'm calling Brett.
So apparently Lauren was calling like every nail salon.
So I said, here's the thing. I could ask her to get her nails done with me. I said, I will cancel my day, come up early on Friday with my baby and figure out how to get her to the nail salon. But I feel like that's going to tip her off. So is there any way, I called Lauren, is there any way we can get a salon to DM Mady via Camber to get their nails done as a Valentine's Day special?
So there's this one nail salon.
Is fucking difficult with the situation.
No, this is what happened. The nail salon
they don't
DMs.
Have the gel. Should not at the right time.
No, this is what happened. The nail salon DMs Camber. And I'm like, oh, perfect. A free nail salon. Like, this is exactly what I needed right now. So she says, I'm available on Friday at 11. And I said, I can't do that. Can you do any other time? And she says, no.
Well, whatever. We don't have to.
You don't have to say it. Anyway, so
it was just like you weren't fucking getting the goddamn clue.
I wasn't biting.
And
the
I was
bait.
like, what are we gonna do? Because she's probably gonna be like, oh, it's this much money for a promotion on Camber, and then we'd have to be like, fuck, right? So it was a whole thing, and we finally got a nail salon, and you were not coming into the trap, okay?
Yeah.
So at this point, Sunday, before you didn't fall into that trap, I'm like, I have to lay the groundwork here, okay? So Sunday, I say, I'm thinking of coming next weekend because Mom's going out of town.
I know you said, what are you doing Saturday?
No. I just said, that's what I said. I said, I'm coming. I think I'm coming this weekend because Mom hasn't seen Lily in a while and she's going out of town, etc. So then you say, oh, Ben and I are going out of town. And I go, oh, where are you going? So I say, oh, before you answer, I say, well, then maybe I'll just come on Sunday because I wanted to hang out with you on Saturday. And if you're not around to do Okay Sister stuff, like I'll just come Sunday and Mom will see Lily for 2 days and then I'll stay because I was coming to LA the next week. So I was trying to throw you off, right? Then you tell me where you're going. I'm like, oh my God, so jealous, whatever. 2 days later, I'm like, hey, do you want to get your hair done before we record for Okay Sister at Dry Bar? So I'm putting glam in your head that I'm already thinking of glam, okay?
Sure.
Then it's Thursday and you haven't taken the bait. And I'm like, is she this dumb? Like she's going to Calamigos on Valentine's Day weekend and she hasn't gotten her fucking nails done. She's not taking the free bite. And so that's when I swoop in and I say, I'm going to come early. I've decided.
Yeah.
We're getting our hair done on Tuesday, but I want like everything to look good for video for the podcast. Do you want to get your nails done with me Friday afternoon?
Yeah.
And then you said, oh yes, my clap back to that was going to be if you said, oh my God, am I getting engaged this weekend? I was going to say, bitch, you don't think I know when you're getting engaged?
Yeah, that's what Lauren said.
Like, it's not this weekend, I know.
Yeah.
Like, Ben's already told me I'm in on the plan.
Yeah.
But you didn't. You played dumb. And then apparently you knew.
I knew, yeah, for sure. Because I was like, I don't want to put you, I don't know why I put
you
Lauren
knew, why did I have to, why didn't you just get a fucking nail appointment?
You know, I don't know.
It's because you
really
thought,
don't
oh,
know.
my sister should take her baby and cancel her whole day and drive up so I can get my fucking nails done.
Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know what is going on.
I was sending voice notes to my, like I had a brunch with a couple of female entrepreneurs and my friends. And I was like, listen, my sister's a dumb bitch and won't get her fucking nails done. I gotta cancel it. I'm driving up to LA right now.
Oh my God. Okay. So anyways, I don't know why I put Lauren in this position, but I didn't want to put you or Brett in this position to lie because I knew it was happening.
I was ready for the lie.
I know. Brett also. She was like,
we were all prepared.
We all had our plans ready. Anyways, so Saturday comes along. I also had not like showered my hair or washed my hair.
I was so worried that you were going to go in your slick back bun of yoga. Literally Friday, she's like, guys, I've been to 3 hot yoga classes and I haven't even washed my hair and it's a slick back bun. And I'm looking at her and I'm like, if this is the hair you get proposed in, I give up. I quit. I give up. I quit. The nails don't even matter if this is the hair.
Okay, so basically what happens is Saturday morning we had a camber walk, and so obviously I cannot have rescheduled that, but Ben said like we'll just go right after the walk to Calamigos. And so in the morning I woke up.
Oh my God, and then everyone's texting me, how do I turn Mady off my Find My Friends? I'm like, Mady in the fucking Find My Friends.
I know, everyone was saying that. I did not. I only looked to Find My Friend. Okay, hold on. Let me get there. So I go to the camber. I go to the camber walk, and I woke up at like 5 a.m. because I was doing some work, and then I had an hour to kill, and I was like, I should really just do my hair. It's probably a good idea. And the reason I didn't do my hair is because I wanted to swim at Calamigos. I love their pool, and I love the jacuzzi.
Now she wants to swim. She never swims in her life. She never puts her hair under the water. But this weekend, she thinks it'd be nice. The anxiety I was having all week.
Anyway, so I did my hair because I was like, look, it's like a nice weekend. We're going to be at Calamigos. I'll have my hair done. So thank God I did my hair. Go to the camera walk.
I even bought a white outfit for her.
Oh my God.
Because I was so worried that she wasn't going to wear an outfit.
I reached out to Alyssa Wasco, founder of Donnie. These are the pants, these silky pants. And I told her, hey, I'm about to get engaged. I need this set. And she was like, I'm on it, girlfriend.
Awesome.
So I knew. And the night before when I was packing, Ben saw this outfit and he was like, whoa, what's that? I was like, this is my new Donnie set. And he was like, oh, that's very nice. And then so I was like, okay. So he kind of was like, I thought you knew because you were packing all white outfits. But I also always wear all white. So it's a little different. So then we get to Calamigos. Oh, when I first got to the camber walk, Rochelle, who works with us at Camber, she was like, are you getting engaged this weekend? And I was like,
Rochelle, I don't know you. And I love you because you work with Mady. But we got to talk about that question.
Literally, Lauren was like, I'm going to, after she's like, I was going to kill her. She didn't know. Or maybe she did.
It doesn't matter. No one asks that. Okay, keep
going. Whatever. So then I said, actually, yeah, I think so. And then Lauren was like, no, I told you, like, he hasn't told me. Da, da, da. And I'm like, I was like, if you're lying, you're the best actress I've ever met. She's like, no, but you know me. I'm not a good actress. And I was like, that is true. You're a terrible actress. But now she's a great one. Anyways, so then we go to Calamigos. First, we go to the beach club. And the beach club is separate from the hotel. We're having lunch there. It's so beautiful. And this was why I didn't think it was happening, because Ben was so calm. I just had this.
Ben is the definition of calm, cool, and collected.
Yeah. I just kind of had this. I just thought he would be really like nervous and like fidgeting and all these things. He was so calm. Like he even told me, he was like, I've never felt more calm in my life.
Aww.
I was like, whoa. I was like, okay, maybe he's not proposing. And we had always had a picnic set up at Calamigos. It's part of their like couples package where they like can set up a picnic for you. And he had like sent me a photo and I was like, okay, it's definitely happening at this picnic. And so we eat and we're playing Rummy Cube and I was like, hey, I want to go back to the hotel. I want to go swimming and all these things. And he
Literally. She
Back to
never
the
swims.
swim.
She never swims. 6 years of OK Sister podcast.
The
And what does she
only-
say? I'm never going in the water with my
the
hair.
the pool at Calamigos is next level. It
Okay.
is. I love that pool. Anyways, so we play another game of Rummy Cube, and I was just like, I don't want to play Rummy Cube anymore. Like, let's go. And he was stalling, obviously, because the picnic started at like 2:30. So then we get to the hotel. The room is not ready. And I was like, okay, well, we have the picnic. And he was like, will the picnic be ready, to the concierge or the lobby people? And they're like, yeah, the picnic is set up for you. And I was like, okay, well, what should I wear? What are we changing into? Because I was in the workout outfit from the Camber Walk.
Yeah.
And
With vagina sweat. No,
with with full on vagina sweat. And he says, oh, what about the Donnie set? And I was like,
check.
I got you. I was like, yeah, for sure. He's like, oh, the Donnie set, or like, I don't know where, like, what
That's what
other
I asked. I
set?
asked Adam the morning I got engaged. I was like, should I
What do
wear
I wear?
foundation?
Yeah.
He was like, yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
yeah. And you're like, oh. And I was like, well, what are you wearing? And then he was like telling me he was going to wear this whole nice outfit. And so then I was like, well, should I wear a bathing suit or are we going swimming?
I give up. Unsubscribe.
And this is when I knew for sure. He was like, I don't know if I want to swim today, which Ben
Always
loves
swims. Always swims.
swimming. Okay. He loves a pool. So I was like, okay, I got it. So,
I'm just letting you know that if we are going to get lunch, it's already 12:22.
oh my God. Okay.
You've been talking for like a long time.
Oh, sorry.
Yes.
Okay. I'll wrap it up.
Yeah. You spent
Anyways.
like 75% on the before the diamond even happened.
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. So then we change in the lobby, and it's in the lobby bathroom. There's no full length mirror. I'm like, well, this is just what I'm gonna look like. I have no idea what I look like. I did makeup really quickly. The mirrors were like foggy, so
You
I don't
looked
know
beautiful.
what it looks. Thank you. But so then we walk over to the picnic area, and we walk into it was like next to this like private pool area, and we walk in, and there's a woman laying on one of the chairs, and I was like, okay, he can't do it here because like there's a woman. And I told him I want it to be just us. So then we sit down and there's champagne, and he's like, you know, just talking about nothing. I don't know. We're talking about nothing. And I was like, when is he going to do it? And then I was like, but he can't do it with this woman. But then I thought, I was like, maybe that's the photographer. She's just sitting there. Like she's pretending like she's sleeping. And then I didn't know how he was going to transition because we were sitting on the floor. And I was like, I would have been fine if he just like knelt there and I was still sitting. But I was like, I'm really tired. Should we take a nap when the room is ready? And then he was like, no, don't be tired. Let's stand up. And I was like, okay. And so he stands up and we're like hugging from the side, and he says his whole speech, and it was really, really cute. And then he turns to me, and I was like, I started screaming, crying. And then he proposes, takes out the ring, and I'm like, the ring is amazing. And then the photographer was there. She was so cute, and she was taking photos of us. And then we went around the property, took some more photos, and I was like, wait, is my whole family here at Calamigos? And he was like, no, we're going to a second location, secret location. And so then we headed to Vernatoni, which is one of my favorite restaurants.
The photographer told me that you said, oh, I'm going to see baby LK.
Yes. So then that's when Scout and Brett and Lauren were like, why isn't she texted us? Like, I'm engaged. I'm like, because I knew you guys were all there.
But I was also like, if she
text someone else,
someone other than me, because I should be the first person.
I like didn't look at my phone. I didn't. After I got engaged, like I did not look at my phone.
It's better.
The Find My Friends things. I only looked at Find My Friends before the picnic because I was like, are they going to be at the picnic right after the picnic? And you were still in West Hollywood.
Yeah.
Like,
okay. So wait.
At that time,
my tire.
I know. Yeah.
Like I had a whole issue with the tire. I was freaking out. I was like, how am I going to get to Malibu? Lily and I are going to have to fucking Uber to Malibu. It was a whole thing.
Okay. Anyways. So then we go to
Thank God that tire thing happened, or else you would have seen me, because I was going to go really early because I had to Tesla charge because I drove home that night.
Oh, that's
interesting.
interesting.
I wanted Lily to sleep in that nap. So I was going to be like at the restaurant 2 hours before.
Okay. So then
But then my tire fucked up.
Okay. So
Look at the universe.
The universe. So then after that, I didn't look at Find My Friends because I was just like, it is what it is. Then we get there. The whole family's there. It was just so perfect. Vernatoni was the perfect spot. We had like the whole patio area and all my family from San Diego, like my grandparents. That was the biggest. I did not expect grandma and grandpa to be there. Like all of Ben's family, Ben's grandparents. Like It was
The best.
the best. And I think that was the first joining of like everyone in the family. Like obviously
Yeah.
our parents had met and all these things, but like
I never met his parents.
you'd never met his parents. Like it was just so beautiful. And
They
to
didn't know who
see-
I was. They knew who Lily was.
Oh.
But
Well, duh. So that was just so special, and it was the perfect night. And then we went back and went in the jacuzzi. Finally got to the pool.
it was like
But it was
I
perfect.
was so nervous all
Oh
day.
my God, really?
I was so nervous the whole week. I was so anxious. I
Oh
couldn't
my
believe
God.
it. I couldn't believe you were getting engaged. I was freaking out. And when I saw you, I was like, I couldn't even.
know.
You were beaming.
I
You were
know.
beaming. And very similar to the way you were like, Ben's a part of you and you're a part of
Yeah.
him. That's how it feels in our family. Like, Ben is a part of the
Yeah,
family. Like,
totally.
like it's as if you guys are already married, technically, the way we all are together.
Yeah.
But to see you come out so happy, I was over the moon. People were, for some reason, I was like the boss before. Everyone was asking me questions. Like the waiter was asking me questions. Everyone was like, where should everyone sit? I was like, I don't know.
Yeah,
He didn't tell
we
me
don't
anything.
know.
But of course, I am the boss. I am the maid of honor. I haven't been asked yet, but it's coming. And it was like your face was so happy
I
all
know.
night.
It was the best. It was like, pure bliss, pure unadulterated happiness. Like I've never felt before. And then like the next morning, I wanted to like read all day and lounge, but we just like couldn't focus. We were just like, we woke up at 7 a.m. We were just like walking around the grounds and just like taking it all in and just reminiscing and looking at photos. And I'm so excited to get all the photos back from the photographer. The first ones were not that the photographer was amazing. She's very talented, but my face, I look so ugly. I have a worse crying face than Kim Kardashian. I looked insane. My double chin. Anyways, I'm excited to see the rest of the photos, and she took a lot of film photos, so those will get developed. But
And a lot of family photos.
a lot of family
Lily
photos.
dressed up like a flower girl.
Yes. Anyways, so
It was the best.
It was the best.
Much fun is wearing a diamond ring for the
oh
first
my
time.
God, I'm like, I literally can't stop going like this. I'm a fucking maniac. Like I'm so annoying, but I don't care.
Yeah.
And I kept being like, right after was the Super Bowl, so I went to a bar with my friends, and I was like, take a photo with the shot glass, like so they can see the ring. And like every like cup I have, I'm like, make sure you see the ring. I'm like, I'm so annoying, but I don't care.
It's so funny
I'm
because
obsessed.
when you first get your ring, you think it's like the only thing people notice, and then you realize that everyone
Everyone
wears
has a-
diamond ring
yeah.
who's married, and it's not as, you know what I mean? But the
But
first
it's
the first like
just-
month of wearing the diamond ring
and
is the best.
like, I don't know, when I even posted about it, which was crazy, I've never in my life received the amount of DMs. I think it was 300. It took me days to get through them. It was insane. It was so beautiful. I don't know, people like were so rooting for, I mean, obviously it's been a long time. It's been 8 years. Anyways, so we're so excited, and now I've entered my bride era. Everyone should watch the fuck out.
We have a lot of wedding content coming.
We have
Okay, sister.
so much wedding content, bride content.
I'm gonna make maid of
ready.
honor my personality trait. Like
I'm gonna make bride my personality.
yeah.
Oh, I'm ready.
The next year and a half is all about you
and
and you getting married.
We're going to Nashville.
We're going to Nashville for the
my
bachelorette.
bachelorette.
So
I'm ready.
Okay, let's get some fucking lunch.
Yeah,
up
we're
in
hungry.
Here.
All right, we love you so much, sisters.
Stay tuned for the wedding
Stay tuned
stuff.
for everything, and we'll see you later. Bye.
Love you.